What the fucking hip-hop baby mom apocalypse and love is happening here? Everyone? Cuz, darling, this scandal has more twists than a Tyler Perry storyline without a screenwriter. Gather your prayer beads, popcorn, and perhaps even a DNA test. Things are going to get really messy. Boom! Do that. Imagine waking up to discover that you are being accused of getting Mena pregnant by someone out here. Not just anybody, though. It's a castmate. Oh no, another monster from reality TV. They spoke from the bottom of their hearts. It's just feelings, jealousy, and a ton of trauma. Wigs, no documentation, no receipts. Then a storyline twist reveals that they may be fabricating that falsehood merely to divert our attention from Kirk Frost's eerie subliminal fixation on her. Definitely, possibly, or allegedly. And before you ask, there is no chance that Kirk's eerie self will get involved once more. Dear, absolutely. It's not his first time. For the first time, someone has finally removed the clown makeup and spoken it aloud. Was she lying about being pregnant then? Is Kirk using uterine gossip as a puppet master? Or is this all just a dumb PR gimmick? Let's look into it. Okay, everyone. This is where we need to set the scene. Consider awakening on Aeon, a random Tuesday. Morning, you might believe it will be another day of iced coffee, drama reruns, and lighthearted Twitter tumbling. But all of a sudden, your entire timeline is overflowing with one outrageous headline. Mena has been pregnant once more. Furthermore, the purported baby daddy is not who you believe. Let's break this down completely, because just when people thought things couldn't get any uglier in the land of hip-hop and love, a sis drops a bombshell that sent everyone reeling. Safari isn't the baby daddy of Erica's supposed bun in the oven, according to an exclusive tea shared by a shady blogger who will not be named because we won't be giving them a free promotion. Rather, they revealed a startling name that made people gasp. Kirk Frost. Hold on. What? Kirk? I can't stay. At this strip club with my shirt on. Frost, the man who has supposedly been stalking during the Obama presidency? Forgive and forget the Atlanta version. Kirk, who had Rashida on national television looking like she was hosting. Yes, Kirk. But wait, this is where the Messines is. Surpasses that of a Mona Scott production room. Kirk's name apparently only surfaced when someone attempted to change the subject. While drinking that black liquor, Kendra allegedly became a bit too boisterous and began to shout, according to a source who says they were at the pre-filming cast meal. Do you want to discuss receipts? Cheech Erica is out there concealing blame, the wrong man, baby? It's definitely not Rich, and it's not Safari. She was skulking about with that guy. You are all aware of the one Rashida is constantly arguing over, since no one anticipated Kirk Frost's name to be mentioned in such a manner. The room naturally fell hushed, the kind of silence that occurs before someone flips a table. Particularly not in relation to Mena, who is dealing with her own tabloid-related whirlpool of controversies. Remember that Erica has been under scrutiny for years? The girl keeps booked and occupied with drama, whether it's hurling drinks at co-stars or making fun of them on Instagram. However, this particular situation is completely different because it involves more than just another poor relationship. Choice. This relates to a married man who purportedly had more surprise babies than faithful partners. And Twitter did not hold back, I tell you. After that clip leaked, people were out here hauling everyone within minutes. While the streets were talking and the memes were going viral, a quiet little storm was simmering backstage. One person wrote, Kirk Frost has got to be the luckiest cheater alive. He'd just be walking around cheating in peace, and Rashida still got him on payroll. Another wrote, Mena getting pregnant by Kirk Frost is the plot twist nobody asked for, but was totally expected in the love and hip-hop cinematic universe. Since Rashida reportedly learned about this revelation on the day that the reunion special was scheduled to be filmed, Rashida was a whole Category 5 hurricane backstage, hurling shoes, threatening producers, even attempting to drag Erica into a secret area to speak with other women, according to an unidentified crew member. who has most likely already been fired for snitching. You understand, sweetie, that it's never simply a conversation. Let's not act as though Rashida has never encountered this situation before. From the notorious DNA test incident to allowing Kirk to operate that Frost Bistro like it was a cheat day headquarters, this woman has spent years working to repair Kirk's reputation. And now, of all people, there is a possible baby scandal involving Eric, Mena, Chili. You're not even capable of writing such things. Alternatively, you can wait because Mona Scott continues to profit from these breakdowns. What made it worse? Erica doesn't refute it at all. Not at all. Sis shared a mysterious comment on her Instagram story about "let people assume." I love seeing people become lost in their own lies when the blog began tagging her and asking for clarity. What is that, girl? Half a puzzle, half a confession, half a denial. In any case, the internet was not happy. The story takes a really spicy turn at this point, because Sofair entered the conversation in a plot surprise that was worthy of a Shonda Rhimes finale, and rather than clarifying his name or defending his, "It's not my problem anymore. Let these dudes deal with that energy. Excuse me, that's your whole ex-wife and maybe still your current baby mama. That's all you have to say, baby mama." He posted a video of himself flexing shirtless in a gym mirror. Oh, phew. It could have been its own plot because of how contemptuous the level of indifference was. Mendes is the protagonist of today's debacle, just when you thought we'd hit the pinnacle of absurdity. I don't know what's going on with Erica and Kirk, but that's none of my business. Folks have got to start owning their truth. I apologize. Mendes sees who dared to interrupt a show to say that. When did you start speaking for ethics? While your own household is just one scandal away from becoming the subject of a Red Table Talk spinoff. You're out here playing Dr. Phil, sir? Take a seat. Don't worry, though, because while Erica was out there sharing quotations about meditation and Instagram thirst traps, a leaked text thread purportedly between her and Kirk began to circulate across blogs. And, darling, it was saying, I always have your back. Even when she doesn't know the whole story, and I miss our quiet nights at the studio. The studio? Is that the new name for it? Oh, phew. Get Rashida a drink and a new contract. Please. Now, we don't want to be sued, but sources claim that these messages are unconfirmed, which is code for most likely genuine. Fans continued to play detective despite this. Zooming in on the timestamps, one TikTok user claimed that this was the same week Kirk, who was supposed to be on a retreat with Rashida, but he went missing for a full day. You see, math is math. The whole Erica pregnancy story was apparently a cover-up, according to someone on the team. So there's a far darker side to this than all the petty IG shade and explosive allegations. Yes, you did hear me. A cover-up. Because Kendra wasn't truly motivated by loyalty or concern to expose Erica. It was done to divert her attention from Kirk's mess. Yes, give it a moment to simmer. The story thickens like cheap gravy at this point. Recall how, in an attempt to divert attention from what was actually simmering beneath the surface, Kendall tried to put Erica Monroe under the bus by spreading the pregnancy rumor like a grenade. Yes, the smokescreen was intended to be that retaliation leak. Nobody anticipated the force with which it would boomerang back and detonate just in front of her. Our very anonymous, very dramatic insiders are the sources who tell us that Kendall didn't just start the rumor. No, it was said that she was on a mission. Apparently, she had been quiet, directing, influencing money to support the story, paying mid-tier bloggers a little, consulting a reality editing expert privately, and even launching a casting whisper campaign to instill the notion in the minds of other cast members. The objective: make the Erica myth so widespread that Kyle Frost's awkward actions are forgotten by the entire internet. The late-night check-ins and his frequent appearances in odd locations caused others to take notice. Here's the issue, though. The typical Social media algorithm began sniffing around because the story was so blatantly fake. The receipts began to leak after one of the bloggers, Kendall Paid, was discovered using the identical recycled voice note package that had been discovered in previous incidents. Asterisk, not. It's mentioned the unnamed sources she had arranged. As it happens, they were rumors spread by individuals who had their own loyalty problems. Two of them flipped, at least. They began to converse. When they did, what was meant to be a defensive diversion became a full-fledged expose of the cover-up. Now, frustrated and fed up with being the easy scapegoat, Erica Monroe did something outrageous. She became an investigator rather than a victim. In the weeks preceding the rumor dump, she discreetly engaged someone to create a timeline detailing all the odd events involving Kendall, Kyle, and mysterious editorial favors. The timetable was disclosed, not by Erica, but by a sympathetic producer fed up with seeing fake pandemonium masquerade as real drama. And after that timetable was made public, the phony pregnancy was no longer the exclusive topic of conversation. They wanted to know who was in charge and who was causing trouble in order to maintain their reputation. According to reports, Rashad, the lady who had hired Kyle in the first place and had been working to maintain the appearance of an unbreakable marriage, was getting legal counsel. She reportedly said, "If this is what they're going to do to me and my family, I'm not simply going to sit back and watch," during private conversations with legal counsel, according to sources inside the studio. "I want every name on the table, every dollar made, and every lie found." Translation: she was aware of the story and anticipated the disclosure. The jewel in this madness crown was a purported confession audio that was sent to us again, allegedly by a production assistant who claimed to have discovered it accidentally saved in the deleted drafts folder of a reality consultant's shared drive, with a voice eerily similar to Kendall laughing with a partner about how the Erica rumor was going to take the heat off the Frost situation and dropping lines like "they'll eat anything." She began constructing a defensive perimeter of lawyers, public relations professionals, and strategic media placements to recast herself as the betrayed wife rather than the mastermind of the deflection. "Once the smoke clears, we pivot to the forgiveness arc," the speaker said immediately after the kicker. "A redemption is loved by all, isn't it? Leak or not." The probe had already begun on the internet. The timing of alleged coup therapy parts that were abruptly canceled began to be compared with Kendall's private strategy sessions, according to fan testimonies. A series of Kendall calls was stitched together in one popular video. A section about developing trust with Kyle was inexplicably postponed by several producers immediately after. And the following day, the rumor regarding Erica was revealed. When people saw the design, they refused to accept it. Additionally, the public's response, so it got uglier because the drama had changed. This was manipulation theater, where a husband watched his image being polished with the same brush that tarnished someone else's, and a lady was supposedly using another's name to support a shaky story. This whole thing is a chess game, and y'all are putting knaves in front of queens to block the check, fans wrote in the comment sections of reality recap shows. Kendall was supposed to be a puppeteer by others, but the strings broke, revealing her hands. Then, behind the cameras, things became more heated. The network executives who had been calmly riding the engagement wave were now in a panic, according to word that circulated. Why? Due to the fact that the plot had evolved from a lewd reality TV dispute to something that appeared to be deliberate sabotage. Concerns about brand safety began to circulate among advertisers. Campaign was purportedly halted by a mid-level sponsor after their product placement was linked to the term manufactured drama factory in a popular meme. The sponsors who had previously embraced the buzz of unadulterated authenticity were now taking precautions. Since a scandal wouldn't be complete without some pseudocretion, let's now discuss the covert payments. According to the investigation trail from our anonymous pipeline of disclosed bookkeeping, money was sent to bloggers, independent consultants, and even a so-called reputation fixer through a shell business in order to highlight some storylines and downplay others. The worst part? According to reports, that same shell company was connected to a subcontractor for production with editorial sway. Is it a coincidence? That's the kind of query that raises questions among real investigators, not simply YouTube detectives. Furthermore, it appears to be a typical instance of damage control at any cost the more you look into it. Kendall wanted to change the scoreboard, not just divert attention. The shot fired was the pregnancy tale. She had to position herself as a follow-up. Additionally, Kyle and the incorrect power couple were targeted by media vultures and envious shade artists who wanted to destroy them. It's traditional reversal. However, as they persisted, more individuals became aware of the modifications in footage. Confessionals with clear retakes and off-camera remarks about rephrasing Erica's energy in promotional meetings. All expertly edited. The coalition began to fall apart at that point. Several of the actors who had been silent or undecided started to retreat. On social media, a longtime confidant of Kendall's who had been spotted offering tacit support in previous seasons discreetly unfollowed her. No matter how deeply you bury the truth, it will eventually come to light, according to a quote shared by another castmate who is notorious for using drama to gain influence. Subtext: they wanted to avoid any collateral damage when the smoke turned to fire. Thus, they were keeping their distance from the heat. Erica Monroe did what the internet loves most while all of this was going on. She remained silent in public, allowing the evidence to speak for itself. No overblown apologies or public outbursts. Simply quiet, strategic disclosure through leaks from confirmed and surprisingly understanding crew members. Her camp began disseminating fact-checking information that reduced Kendall's well-planned story to the level of a badly edited fan fiction. Kendall's previous claims on television were directly contradicted by the timing of her disclosures. According to one widely shared thread, the audio confession was examined in another piece, which identified audible changes and potential plant indications. As this blaze continues to grow, where does that leave us? In addition to failing, Kendall's attempt to conceal the dubious infatuation plotline with a fictitious pregnancy bombshell has exposed the process behind the deception. LHHATL is preparing for battle by working with PR and attorneys. Kyle is starting to resemble a man whose image is hanging on tattered threads. As well as Erica, like receipts and the networks, she's gaining credibility and sympathy. In addition to privately holding ethics discussions, they are observing the increase in involvement because even if all of this boosts ratings, the public's faith will be damaged if they begin to wonder if the drama is being staged rather than occurring naturally. The entertainment for viewers ends. They become suspicious. And suspicion is the start of a downfall in the eyes of real power brokers. However, just when you believe the life-filled roller coaster couldn't spiral any farther, darling, your seatbelt, because this is where it goes totally bonkers. Another bombshell struck while the internet was still reeling from the Kirk or Erica drama, and this one had everyone on edge. It was reported that someone inside the Love and Hip Hop production leaked messages in which Kirk was pleading with the producers to change a scene that made him appear like a weirdo. Fanboy around Erica. Indeed, this man requested that his image be softened by the editors because admirers were accusing him of being insane, obsessed, and, to use an uncle's analogy, just one drink away from getting slapped at the cookout. Furthermore, according to sources, he offered to pay for the editors to rework the sequence and add a more positive plot point. Who does that? This isn't the actual custom edition of the Housewives editing suite. You're not creating a story. Baby, you're showing how desperate you are. Right now, the receipts are too crunchy. And guess who? Bambi chose to dive into the flames like it was a pool party as all of this was becoming viral online. Yes, Sis went live on Instagram and brought Rashida into the controversy as well, claiming that she was aware of Kirk's obsession with Erica. She won't let him go anywhere without her because of this. Who? Bambi will leave her own drama just long enough to enter someone else's. That's one thing about her. Legendary conduct. But that's not all. Rashida apparently sent Bambi a ceasefire as soon as she viewed the clip. And stopped. Then gave Mona Skottung a call. Indeed, Miss CEO was drawn into this issue herself. There are currently rumors that NDAs are being revised, that provisions are being inserted, and that some cast members are being silenced before they can reveal the truth. And what's even more embarrassing, you ask? A phony fan page for Eric. Mena? Indeed, a phony one gained more attention than Kirk's previous 10 Instagram posts put together. Why? Because behind-the-scenes images of Kirk waiting outside. Erica's trailer while she was filming green screen showed him standing there awkwardly by himself, looking like a dejected mall Santa who arrived 2 months early, according to the leaked photos. Sir, blink twice if you need help. Ash was told by admirers who were making fun of him in the comments section. Others questioned whether he needed therapy rather than reality TV, or this man is the reason Ring cameras were invented. Here's the worst part, though. During this controversy, the show's ratings skyrocketed. Indeed, Mona Scott may appear to be sweating profusely in public, but in her office chair, she is actually performing backflips because scandal sells, particularly when it involves love triangles, fictitious pregnancies, and emotionally unstable uncles wearing velour tracksuits. Erica is out here milking it like a pro, while Rashida is trying damage control by liking posts with Bible quotes and putting comments about peace above controversy. While the public continues to debate whether she is pregnant, acting, or simply playing chess while everyone else is playing a game. She is advertising a new makeup line, posting skincare photos, and hinting at a healing journey. In the meantime, rumors circulate that Mendy of all persons is attempting to cast Yandi in the upcoming season in order to purify the energy. What do I mean? What do you clean, sir? There's no seance here. I adore this. And the issue of hip-hop spiritual warfare. Producers are reportedly attempting to repair the damage by reshooting, switching scenes, and making last-minute changes to make Kirk appear less like a villain in a Lifetime movie. Even though he has gone utterly silent. No tweets, no tales, and not even a picture taken from his car mirror. However, it's too late now. People have witnessed too much. They've memed the memes. Additionally, the internet never forgets, my dear. The million-dollar question now is, was this entire situation planned? Was the notion that Erica was pregnant a ploy to divert attention away from Kirk's unsettling actions? Was the mayhem orchestrated by Mona for the sake of ratings? Is Rashida merely a weary wife attempting to prevent her husband from ruining the business? Or is she a silent accomplice? And how did Bambi contribute to the match's illumination? I don't know, you guys. However, I am aware of this. It's not over yet. By no means. After all of this chaos, we finally got to ask the important question. What's actually happening in the reality TV streets of Atlanta? Is Kirk Frost being covertly protected by Eric Mena? Is Rashida acting foolishly? Or is she behind the scenes, running everything while enjoying her expensive wine? Furthermore, who in their right mind would think that the entire pregnancy rumor was based on fact, rather than being a massive cover-up to conceal something even more heinous? Because, let's face it, this is more than just a baby rumor. This is about the tangled triangle of passion, deception, and allegiance, as well as power, influence, and manipulation. The bizarre tension between Kirk and Spice, the suspected covert, bribes to silence Erica, and now Rashida's snub are all examples of staged drama. However, what if it isn't? Tell me in the comments whether you think Kirk Frost has an unhealthy fixation with women in his social circle, or whether Eric Mena is merely using this as a ploy to stir up the internet and get Rashida back into the spotlight. I promise you that nothing is too fantastical for this group, so don't hesitate to share your most outrageous notion below. The tea will only get hotter from here, So while you're at it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and enable notifications. What we're going to reveal next is something you don't want to miss. Keep in mind that the drama is the only thing you can rely on in this game of false allegiance and genuine lies. Remain vigilant, tidy, and conscious. See you all in the upcoming video.